Hello everyone, we're back. Well, I am for the moment. Paul's out in the yard preparing to chop some wood. We just wanted to reconnect with all you guys on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your patience in waiting for us to kind of add some content. Long story short, there's been a delay in terms of we wanted the correct kind of equipment, a laptop, etc., to kind of do the posts justice and, you know, to kind of edit them smoothly, etc. But in the end, basically we've decided that we just haven't really, we can't justify the money spending on that equipment for the moment, when we need to plough absolutely every penny into this restoration project. So yeah, thank you all to our subscribers. We really appreciate your patience. As I said, we really appreciate it. It's great. So the purpose of today's video really is just to update you guys on where we are now. So we've been here 16 months and we've done a fair bit. You know, we've reclaimed the cottages back from nature and all the outbuildings that were covered in 30 years worth of ivy and vegetation and trees that have seeded themselves kind of all around the ground and up against the buildings. So we've spent the last 16 months kind of doing that and getting some gravel down so as, you know, to stop the weeds coming back. So we've done a lot in the last 16 months, but today's video I just wanted to give you a tour really of where we are today with the stuff. For anybody that's watched us on the Channel 4 programme Help We Bought a Village, they'll know the state of it, you know, when we arrived here and when we bought the properties. And also, you know, if you look at our very early videos on this channel, you'll see you're getting a good idea of exactly what kind of state it was in. So yeah, so without further ado, I'll give you a bit of a tour of how it is now. I always like to start with this lovely view. Amazing frosty morning this morning. A lovely crisp December morning. There's our terrace. Lovely verbena. That's like the main place that we sit and eat in the evenings in the summertime. And there's the start of the cottages. There's our house that we live in. Loving that. Finally settled on a colour that we like for the doors and windows. So as we go up here, you couldn't see any of these buildings. They were all covered in ivy and vegetation. For anybody that saw the Channel 4 programme, Help We Bought a Village, that we were in, they'll know. You couldn't see any of them, let alone get in there. So we've cleared all of that. We've covered a lot of that with gravel and edged it with some nice granite stones. Let's tidied it up. So we've redid these two sets of steps, one set there, one set in the distance there. They had trees growing out of them and all sorts. We're loving those. That's really good. Hopefully they'll be good for another 100 years or so. Obviously a lot of work needs doing. We've just tried to tidy up the buildings as much as we can for the moment. I love that doorway and the carved stonework above the lintel above the door. Amazing in the window. Some really beautiful elements to this building. That's the end of the row. This is where, just before we bought them, this whole corner of the cottage fell down to about, you can see there where it's not pointed, so about a foot 18 inches from the ground. That whole corner fell down. And Paul, with his amazing skills, is almost finished building that back up. So in the last couple of months we did that last section nearest the top there that hasn't been pointed. We've done that. We've got that last 1.2, 1.4 metres up to the roof to go. That'll have to wait now, it's far too cold to be doing that. But yeah, the front of the cottages looks much tidier now. I'm pleased about that. So we go round here to our gates. Half painted gates, as you can see, work in progress. Let's go and see. I can hear Paul, what he's doing. So we've got all this gravelled, all the courtyard, which makes it much easier for navigating around the site. That's the most recent gable end that we cleared. That was covered in ivy, you couldn't even see it. That's looking great now. This is our courtyard. So the back of the cottages there. Our van's in the way, sorry about that. There's the back of the utilities building. That's going to be the bathroom and kitchen for those staying in the lorry. And you can see the lorry in the distance there. We'll go around there in a bit. This is our workshop. Loving that workshop, it's great. Really good space. There's the bread oven. So posts from now on, for the time being, will probably be surrounding that building because this is our next project. We're currently filming for series 2, and the topic of that for us for the time being is a restoration of this lovely bread oven building. I'll do a tour inside of there. We've just cleared it out recently, but I'll give you a tour in another post. But that's essentially the building. You can't see the roof from there. You can see the tower in the distance. There's our well. It's sporadic, this tour, but lots to see. So obviously needs a lot of work. There's the other tower. The roof is shot to bits, and when the cameras were here last week we started to dismantle that chimney. As you can see, it's almost down now. That was dangerously leaning over, so that's the first job on this bread oven building. And the two towers, one there, one the other side, straddle the bread oven that juts out at the back of that building. You can just see it there. So yeah, so that's our project for now. Loving this misty scenery. It's amazing. Yeah, so back to the tour. So let's go and see if we can find Paul. Might not be able to hear him because I can hear that the dumper or something's going. There's our lovely chickens. Poulet Chateau, the Chateau de Poule we built. Loving the chicken house. There's all the chickens, hens, should I say. Having a lovely time. Here's our lovely de cheval, 2CV. Loving that. Here's our wood barn. Hello Paul.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
What are you doing? Jumping the dumper?
Yes. I didn't realise that we probably should have had some antifreeze in it.
Right, that would help, wouldn't it?
I think we got away with it, so it's running now, thank goodness.
What are we doing in here?
So we're going to have a sort out with the log pile. Some of these logs are too big. So we're going to fill the dumper up with these logs, take them over to the saw bench, cut them, bring them back and stack them up this end.
Lovely. And then that'll clear this side for us to put the mountain of wood that I'll show everyone in a minute that we've got. Yeah, we want to get it all chopped before the rains come.
Perfect weather.
That's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, so this is our old press. I'm not sure if any of you have seen this before. Really pleased to have this. We didn't quite know what to do with it. We're certainly not going to be making cider because neither of us drink. Haven't done for nearly 20 years. Yes, we use it as a log store now.
Apple juice, we could have.
Right. Oh yeah, we could do apple juice. Fancy that, Paul?
Long term, down the line we might do, won't we?
Well, I'm going to continue the tour. I'll be back in a minute. This is our other barn. The roof's really falling in, as you can see. Loads of work there. Got a tower up in a bid to do a little bit of work on it to strengthen that gable end, stop it falling over. Done a bit there, but otherwise, yeah, lots of work to be done. But we're keen to save it. You know, the gable end and all the columbage on that we love. As you can see, it's probably the last bit of vegetation, 30 years of vegetation, the last remnants of it there on that lovely gable end. But lots of work. There's a huge pile of wood in relation to that building. You can see how big that is. That's what we've got to work through today. Lovely view. People staying in the lorry. A big pile of wood will be gone. And here we go. The lorry area. That's the utilities building I showed you the back of earlier. Just in the process of doing that this winter, finishing all that. There's our lovely lorry. Sun might be blinding us there. Let me go around the other way. So that's going to be up and running and ready to receive guests for the spring. Lovely. Yeah, lots of work to do, as you can see. Sorry for the sporadic tour, everyone. Bear with us while we get used to this malarkey. But I'm sure you can agree, a lovely, lovely spot. Why wouldn't you want to stay here? The lorry from this angle, back of our workshop there. Just beautiful stonework wherever you look. It does all need pointing, like that little utilities building though, so we've probably got hundreds of kilometres of pointing to do. But we don't plan on going anywhere. We hope to be here for life. It's a beautiful place. Feeling really blessed. Thanks everyone, and thanks again for your patience. We really appreciate it. Can't thank you enough. Take care. Au revoir.